Howdy, hi. It is Do Your Job Sports MLB Rundown picks and predictions for Friday, May 16th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, previous day's results. If you take away me being really stupid in betting on the White Sox, we had a very good day. 4-3 on the day, bringing our season record to 181 and 191. Still 10 games below 500, but when I'm betting dumb shit like the White Sox plus 180, that's kind of the way of the road. So I'm going to recap these games real quick, then we'll get on to the games for tomorrow. Game number one, it was the Twins plus 115 on the money line at the Orioles. When will Vegas realize the Orioles are horrible at baseball? The Orioles this series against the Twins, they lost 6-3, 8-6, and 4-0. They're awful. Genuinely awful at baseball. The Twins have played them 6 times in the last week and a half. Twins are 6-0. Now the Twins, that is a fraudulent record they have. They are 24-20. Do I really think they're that good? No. They just haven't played anyone. Their recent series, Orioles, Angels, Orioles, Royals, they've played the Orioles a lot. Why do they play them so much? All right. Anyway, that's enough for that game. We then had the Rays plus 140 on the money line and the over of 8 runs. This is another team that I think is getting way too much respect. Why is Toronto laying minus 175 to anyone in the MLB not named the Chicago White Sox or the Colorado Rockies? You could maybe throw in Pittsburgh in there. Still, that's out for debate. Toronto's not good. You look up and down their lineup. Bo Bichette. He's hitting, what's he hitting this season? 279. Vladdy is hitting 291 with 4 home runs. You paid this dude $500 million to hit 4 home runs nearly 50 games into the season. That was horrible. On the other side of things, Tampa Bay, they have a really good offense. How many hits they had? They had 14 hits today, 4 home runs. Brandon Lowe had 2. You had Josh Lowe with 1. Who else had the other one? Cameron Missner. Whatever. Every single person in their starting lineup had a hit besides Jonathan Arenado. They're just a good team. They don't really have the starting rotation to, I think, compete for a legitimate playoff spot this year in the AL East. But they're a good team. They're going to score runs. So we might be looking at Tampa Bay overs for the majority of the season. Then we had the easiest under in the history of unders. This is literally as easy as it can get. It was a 1-0 game. 1-0. Final score, Texas uno. There were only 8 hits the entire game. Jacob deGrom went 8 innings, gave up 5 hits and 0 earned. That's pretty good. Hunter Brown, 8 innings, 3 hits, only 1 earned. It was a Jake Burger solo shot. Shout out to Jake Burger. If this game would have gone to extras, maybe the over would have hit. Who knows? Then we did have the over of 8.5 runs in the Orioles game. I don't know why I'm taking an over with the Orioles when they can't hit the broadside of a barn. Probably not the most intelligent thing to do, but I did it. And then speaking of non-intelligent things to do, I took the White Sox plus 180 and the over of 9.5 runs. Shout out to someone in the comment section on the last video. I forget your name, but you did say there's no way the Reds get swept by the White Sox. I probably should have taken that into consideration. I really probably should have looked at that a little harder, but I just saw the White Sox had won 3 in a row, and I saw plus 180 next to their name, and the Reds just all on the same line, and I was like, damn, that is mighty, mighty tempting. And then the White Sox do what they normally do. They score 1 run on 4 hits. They kind of suck. Shout out to the White Sox pitcher, who went 5 innings, gave up 10 hits and 7 earned runs. You, my friend, suck ass. Okay, that is the recap of how we went 4-3. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game number 1. Normally, I say don't lay a number with the Guardians, but when it is against the Reds in the battle for Ohio, you lay the number every time. The Guardians have dominated the Reds for as far back as I can remember. They absolutely own the Ohio series. Guardians 25-18 on the year. They have Tanner Bybee on the mound. Reds 21-24 coming off of a series loss against Chicago. They got Brady Singer on the mound 4-2 with a 4.97 ERA. Tanner Bybee, his recent games have been good. He has a semi-high ERA because he was horrible at the beginning of the season. His recent games, though, he went 7 innings at home against the Phillies, 5 hits, 1 earned run. He went 5 innings at Toronto, giving up 2 earned runs, 7 innings at home against Minnesota, giving up 1. So he's giving up 2 or less runs in his last 4 starts. Brady Singer, on the other hand, his most recent game, actually his most 2 recent games, this dude has gotten absolutely shelled. At Atlanta, 7 hits, 4 earned runs. At Houston, a team who cannot hit a baseball, 9 hits, 7 earned in 2 1/3 inning. Also, the Reds are very inconsistent with how many runs they're actually able to put up. Their most recent games, they scored 7 against Chicago. They then scored 2, 1, 0, 13 against Houston, 0, 4, 1, 0, 1. So they're either scoring 1, 2, or 3, or they're scoring 12. So I'm going to take the Guardians because I like their lineup. I'm going to take the Guardians because I like Tanner Bybee. I don't think the Reds are very good. Minus 125 is a short number. Yes, it's on the road. I don't care. Also taking the over because this is Great American Small Park. Very easy to hit the ball a long way. Next game, this line is disrespectful. Mets plus 120 on the money line. This series, the first time Juan Soto is in New York. It would appear as though my dumbass left him off of the Mets lineup. Why I did that, I don't know. But you can throw in Juan Soto in that lineup somewhere. Figure that one out. The Mets, 28-16 on the year. They have Tyler McGill on the mound, 3-3 with a 3.10 ERA. Yankees, Carlos Rodon, 4-3, 3.29 ERA. Don't let that number fool you, though. Carlos Rodon just got absolutely shelled in his most recent start. He went 6 innings, giving up 8 hits and 4 earned runs to Atlanta. Oh, no, sorry, the Athletics. I'm an idiot. Tyler McGill, he's been getting rocked in his most recent starts, but I think this game means more to the Mets than it does the Yankees. The Mets also just have the better team. Looking at their lineup, again, I don't know how I forgot Juan Soto in this lineup, but I did, so toss him in there somewhere. Lindor hitting 297, Vientos hitting 245. The Polar Bears hitting 311. I almost said the Iceman, like Kimi Räikkönen from Formula One. God damn. Their team is just good. The Mets also have a very solid bullpen. The Yankees don't. Their bullpen is one of the worst in the league. The only bats you have to dodge in the lineup are Judge and Goldschmidt. I don't really think anyone else is that good. Mets plus 120 is disrespectful. Give me the Mets. Give me the over. I will never take an under in a Yankees game. Next game, we are laying another relatively large number for me in this channel. Red Sox minus 125. We're going to do it. The Braves, 22-22 on the season. They got Chris Sale on the mound. 1-3 overall with a 3.97 ERA. Going up against the GOAT, Garrett Crochet, 4-2 with a 1.93 ERA. The Red Sox bats, they've been hitting the ball really well recently. Garrett Crochet has looked damn near untouchable in his most recent starts. In his last 3 starts, 7 innings at Toronto, 2 earned runs. 5 innings against Minnesota, 1 earned run. 7 innings against Kansas City, 1 earned run. This dude knows how to pitch. On the other side of things, looking at Chris Sale, who started off the year really bad. He's pitched better as of late. In his last 3 starts, he's giving up 2 runs, 0 runs, and then 2 runs. Granted, they were all against 3 really bad baseball teams. He played the Pirates, the Reds, and the Rockies. Honestly, he hasn't played that well of competition. In the beginning of the season, they played good teams, and he was getting shelled. He gave up 3 and 5 innings to San Diego. He gave up 5 to the Phillies. He gave up 3 to the Dodgers. Gave up 3 to Tampa Bay. So if your team can actually hit a baseball, you're going to score 3 or 4 off this guy. I don't think the Braves are going to be able to get 3 or 4 off of Crochet, but I also don't trust the Red Sox bullpen because they suck. So I will take the Red Sox minus 125 on the over, on the money line. And I'll also take the over of 7.5 runs. Final game, there is no way in hell the Royals should be laying this big of a number to anyone Again, not named the Pirates, the Rockies, or the White Sox. Cardinals are playing really good ball. Plus 135 on the money line, disrespectful. Give me the over of 8 runs as well. Don't really trust either of these pitchers. Cardinals 24-20 on the season. What if I told you they are 9-1 in their last 10 games? 9-1. They have Andrew. God, I am fucking high. Not really, but damn. They have Andre Palante on the mound, 3-2, 4.36 ERA. Going up against Cole Reagans, 2-2 with a 4.21 ERA. Look at the lineups. You really don't even need to go any further than that. You only have to dodge, I'd say 2, maybe 3 bats on this Kansas City team. Obviously, Bobby Witt, and then you do have to respect Salvi Perez because he's just the GOAT, and then also Michael Garcia. The rest of the lineup is cheeks. Mark Canha should probably retire. Michael Massey, no. Hunter Renfroe should have retired 2 years ago. Drew Waters, I'm like 90% sure that dude's a rookie. Jonathan India, also no, was better when he was in Cincinnati. Then you flip the script. Look at the cards. Newt Barr, I think he's really good, hitting 256. Mason Wynn, young, athletic, can run the bases, 281. Donovan's hitting 313. You have to respect Nolan Arenado. He's one of the best third basemen in the game. You have Contreras hitting 256. Herrera hitting 385. Burleson hitting 274. We're not going to talk about Nolan Gorman. And then Victor Scott hitting 278. You got a bunch of good guys on this team. Both bullpens are shite, so that's why I'm taking the over. It's only at 8. I thought I'd have to lay 8.5, maybe even get in the 9 range, but we don't. So give me the Cardinals plus money and give me the over of 8 runs. Okay, that is going to do it for me in this video. Holy God, appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.